Fantastic Frog collection, but no, he's going to be talking about his VHS movie collection. Title of his speech is VHS, the 21st Century Dinosaur. Speech number 2 from the CC Manual, Organizing Your Speech. Stephen Kane has been collecting VHS movies since the battle between VHS and Beta started. Now it's time to move on with his movie collection. What do you do with 700 aging VHS tapes? Technology has come to his rescue, but another battle rages with what formats will ultimately survive. What's next for him and you in your quest to be entertained by movies? Please help me welcome Stephen Kane. VHS,
hey,
21st Century Dinosaur.
Hey.
I love movies. I can think of nothing better to sit down after a hard day of grueling tax returns to watch a movie. My wife and I have collected a video library of over 1,100 movies across the board. My favorite, romantic comedies. Our favorite is a history. However, within that collection, which I've organized in a database so they're all perfectly alphabetized. You would expect that from a CPA, of course. However, within that collection, as majestic as it may be, are 700 VHS tapes. These dinosaurs abound, and they're big. They're twice as thick as the DVDs that we have. So I've decided that I would transform them into DVDs. Well, your choices are, you can take it to someone, and they'll charge you to do that, but you might as well, for what they're going to charge you, go out and buy brand new DVDs. So being the economic type person, the CPA in me comes out, I decided I would re-record them. When you re-record them, you have two choices. You could go online and have software that you can install on your computer, hook your VHS player to your computer, and download that movie onto your computer, and you can leave it there, or you can burn it to one of these things. You all know what DVDs are. Then the idea comes, well, that's one thing, or you could buy a DVD recorder. Or I happen to already own a DVD recorder, so the choice was simple. Have you ever gone to the video store to go buy a DVD? Some other choices are out there. You go, they have on the shelves DVD minus R, DVD plus R, DVD plus RW, and DVD minus RW. So what do you buy? Well, it's pretty simple when you look at the most prevalent are DVD minus R. What does that mean? It means you can record only once. So once you get finished, you can't put anything else on there. If you're not going to complete it and want to add things to that, like you have a whole series of programs you want to add to it, then you would buy the RW. That's the biggest difference. The other difference is, I'll let some other technophyte go into that. That was sufficient for me. Besides that, minus R's, you could buy 100 at a time very inexpensively. So I made that choice. And then you finish your recordings, which you cannot speed that up. If it's an hour movie, it's going to take you an hour to record that. I haven't figured out a way to circumvent that. Once you digitize it, different story. But going from tape to DVD, you have to play it. Then you put it on here. You could put it in one of these funky plastic cases and label it the way I used to do it, which isn't very pretty. It works. But when you put this on the shelf, it's really hard to read that label. And especially with these aging eyes, even if there was a label, I wouldn't be able to see it anyway. So I decided I would let technology rescue me. And if you go to the store, you can find these DVD labeling devices. And in it, they have software. And one of the neat things that you're going to need to do that, besides the software, is this little device to put your recorded DVD on, so when you make your label, you'll have a place to put it on and stick it in there, rather than if you've ever tried to take something sticky and stick it on something, and you're moving on it, and you put it down, and it's in the wrong place. Well, let me tell you, once these labels are in place, they stay there. So you put that. Now, when you create software, you need an image. Well, technology again has come to our rescue, because if you go on the internet and type in the name of the movie, and once you type in the name of the movie, add to it images, you will get something like this. You will get many images from that movie. I'm going to pass this around. But at least one or two of those images will be the same cover as the original DVD, VHS tape. Cool. Wow. Very rarely will you find that. Now the trick is to download it in such a manner that you can use it. And let's see, I've got that. Well, I had it. Oh, here it is. You want a picture that's going to print out this big, because if you don't, when you expand it, it's not going to look, it's going to be fuzzy. So get one that's big. And then all you have to do is get your transfer material that comes with that kit, or you buy it, and now you've got a nice little thing to put on your DVD. And it peels off real easily. And it comes with a little center disc that you have to get rid of. But now the trick is, put it on top of here.
Sticky side up.
Sticky side up. And don't put the recording side on it. But then if you stick it through there, now you've got a nice label. But that's only part of it, because being the anal kind of person I am, I want my DVD box. So instead of putting on this funky little thing, I want a DVD box that I can put on my shelf and use it. So you use the same images. The only thing you have to do is get with your software, your word processing software, which has already got all the information you need, create frames, 3 frames. And then you can stick these images on those frames and label it. And then after you print it out, all you have to do is cut it to fit. So you cut it down like this, stick it in the back of one of these neat boxes that you can buy at Office Depot, frame it, and now you got a nice box. Your total out-of-pocket cost, if you buy them in quantity, $1. With this box and the media, you transform your video collection for $1. And I think, Toastmasters, that it's well worth the investment. Thank you.